Yo, what is going on, guys? Today coming with an Idoing radio. This one is for a Toyota Corolla from 2014 all the way up to 2016. This Corolla was short-lived when it comes to the models that they released that were the same. So again, from 2014 all the way up to 2016, this is one of the most popular vehicles here in America, and I'm pretty sure that all around the world, the Corolla is very well known for its reliability and also fuel economy. So now we have a upgraded radio for it. This vehicle 2015 that we're going to be installing this to came from an auction, and the radio, the volume knob, the factory one, doesn't work well, so this was a great opportunity to upgrade it. Idoing was kind enough to send me this unit for review, and just like many others, guys, I keep mentioning this on every video, every Idoing radio that I have reviewed has been working so far, and if there's any that ever fails, believe me, guys, you will know it. So this one here has a 10.2 inch QLED panel display, which is a 720p resolution, and that's quite high for any car stereo. A 720p, it's like saying 4K on a TV. That's because, well, even factory radios in 2025 don't have that resolution. That's pretty cool. So here we have some specific instructions about the CAN bus system on this vehicle and how to get it hooked up based on different trims. Now, they made a little mistake on the year, guys. It is specifically from 2014 all the way up to 2016. I'm not sure if in other markets around the world the years fluctuate, but here in the USA, those are the years supported. So we got, as always, some harnesses. You have some pry opening tools. This is the CAN bus system. We have antenna adapters, just the usual stuff, guys. Nothing crazy here. And this is the unit. So again, a 10.2 inch display. It comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of internal storage, in which, again, for a head unit, that's more than sufficient. This one has Android 12 right out of the box, and here we can see that massive display on the front with the capacitive buttons here on the side. We had the power key, the home key, the back key, the volumes up and down, and then we have the trim for the dash. In this area is where we're going to hook up the hazard lights button, and on this side is the airbag little light indicator that tells you when the airbag is activated and when it's not. And then here on the rear side is where we have all the connections. We get the 4G modem. Yes, we do have a built-in 4G. This one also comes with Bluetooth 5.0. It has the Play Store. It supports wireless CarPlay and wired and wireless Android Auto as well. It has GPS, it has GLONASS. It is even an octa-core processor built inside, which is a little bit overkill for a radio. I mean, that's good news for us as a consumer, but radios really don't need an octa-core processor. So these are the extra stuff, like the GPS antenna. We have the 4G antenna as well in here, and then the harnesses in case you guys have amplifiers and other equipment that you want to hook up, you can do that as well. And keep in mind that this one does support the factory camera as well, which is another plus. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this auction vehicle, the Toyota Corolla 2015. It is the LE model, and let's see how we can get this hooked up on there. Well, this is it right here, guys. The Toyota Corolla 2015, the auction car. It has about 180,000 miles. We just put some new headlights in it. We did some maintenance to the engine and also the suspension. It came with brand new hubcaps. It came with brand new tires. The paint is immaculate. It is a clean title vehicle. As a matter of fact, the only accident that it had was on the front bumper. That's the only repainted part of the car. The rest is like factory, guys. So again, this tutorial should work for any 2014 all the way up to 2016 Toyota Corolla. This is the LE model, which means that it's going to be a lot easier for us to work on it because we don't have any of that JBL speakers or any other premium sound system. Currently, this is what we have. It has a factory reverse camera as well, which is functional, so you guys can tell. And we're going to activate all of that with the brand new radio. All right, guys, so first things first, if you want, it's totally voluntary. I never do it, but you can disconnect the battery, roll down your windows. You're not going to be running your vehicle as you're doing this, and we start here from the passenger side. A couple of things that you will need. Well, it will become in handy if you have your phone around, just so that you can test the features. We got the radio, of course, and then you're gonna need a size 10 socket. I have a size 8 as well, just in case. You will need an extension and also the pry opening tools, so that we can take some of the trims out. Now, the pry opening tools, they did come with this radio, and I just happen to have plenty around from all the radios that I have tested in the past. So we're gonna start here from this corner, and basically we're gonna work our way through until getting here to the bezel of the radio. All of this is all gonna be one piece, so make sure that you guys are gentle and take your time. There's no rush. All right, there we go. And so now let's continue here, taking this apart. Let me move this seat a little bit backwards so that way I got more room here. There you go. And just be careful, guys. You never know when some of these plastic, you know, might be a little bit toasted. This side usually is a little bit harder, this side from the cluster. And then we have two harnesses that had to come off. One is for your emergency lights, also called flashers, and then we have the airbag warning light harness as well. Our next step is to remove 4 10mm screws that are holding the whole entire radio in place. We have 2 on this side and just about the same on the other side here. That's when you're gonna need that extension. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get it on right now. Now, I believe that those screws are not going to be reused, because the old or the new radio, excuse me, is going to get connected with clips. And now we give it a nice little pull. There we go. And these are all the harnesses on the back side of the radio. Let's start with the one at the very edge here. Now, these have been on since 2015 or 2014, should I say, so they are a little bit hard to remove, some of them. We will reuse some of these clips, so it'll be a great idea if you guys can just go ahead and remove them. The cool part about this Idoing radio, I have seen this before, is that they made all the harnesses able to connect directly into the radio. So there's no main radio harness and then it splits into the ones that go in the vehicle. These will actually get connected directly into the vehicle. For the reverse camera, if you guys are using a aftermarket reverse camera, you will need to plug this in, and it gets connected right here, guys. Okay, it gets connected right on here. I thought it was going to be this other one here, but it is not. So that's in case you guys are using a aftermarket camera. In this case, it came with a specialized harness, which is this one right here. This particular one, I believe it connects from here. Let's go ahead and find out. And no, this one is not going to be the one used. We're going to use this one instead. I think it connects right here, and yes, this is for the reverse camera, so you guys can tell, and then it'll go directly into the radio right back here. Our next one is the antenna adapter, so I showed you guys before. So this gets connected here, and then you will plug this in to the radio, which is right here. And we have the CAN bus. The CAN bus gets connected up here, and we have the USB. Now the USB comes in 2 separate wires. This is the one that works specifically with Toyota. So basically what you do is that you grab the harness, you simply plug it in like so, and then this gets connected into the one that goes to the radio, and then this piece gets connected right back here in this one that has the 4 little pins on it. Then we have our microphone. For the microphone, we do have to transfer this over from the side here all the way through the dashboard, and we're going to get it right from this area. This one will be required. And finally, we have the GPS, in which typically I go on the upper side of the dashboard and stick it up there, and then this will get connected right in here, guys. To undo this trim from the whole entire bezel. All you have to do is press on these two yellow tabs. You kind of like push them in, go forward on the bottom side and then backwards on the top, and they come right out. For the button, just press on these two gray looking tabs, press them in, and the whole button comes right out. So on the new bezel, you will simply slide it in and it should go in without any issues. There we go. For the passenger airbag on and off light, you have to lift these four tabs that are here, and they grab on these little pins, as I call them, guys, and you have to push it like towards the back side. It doesn't come towards the front as I thought initially, and then after you pull it out from the old bezel, all you have to do is just simply do the opposite here, just push it in. That looks super factory, guys. Now that we got the radio on the main bezel, it is time to reconnect everything. The first thing we got here is the microphone, in which I already fished here through the pillar. I went down the pillar, then underneath the dashboard, and I fished it on this side where the radio is going to go. Our next connection here is going to be the FM antenna. Now this FM antenna comes with a orange wire. This you don't need to power on. I would assume that this is for another trim. In this case, all we have to do is just simply plug the round wire into the antenna connector here on the radio, and that's pretty much it, guys. Our next connection here is going to be the reverse camera, in which is going to go up here, and then we have our GPS, which is going to go on here. And I did install the GPS antenna right on the upper side of the dash here with the double adhesive that it comes with. Our next wire here is going to be the USB. Okay, so this is going to go here, and by the way, I already tested all these connections and everything was working perfectly well, which is good news. And our last three connections are these right here, and voila, these are the three harnesses that I just mentioned to you guys. The last two connections are the hazard button, there we go, and the airbag, and we are all set to put this back on here. Make sure that no wires are pinched, make sure that your CAN bus system is hidden in there. And now we can just start snapping everything in place. Well, this is our final outcome. Everything came out to be excellent in terms of the installation. And yes, the reverse camera from factory is working. And of course, what I like about factory reverse cameras is the fact that they are very, very fast. And well, the quality does look better than the display that was here. It is not something mind-blowing. It's not going to be 1080p. It is not going to be 4K, but you can view it just like you can through this camera right now. You can see everything is quite clear, and that's all that matters. Now for the steering wheel, when you move it, it doesn't curve. Now it didn't curve with the factory radio either, so I guess that's going to be what it is for now. The steering wheel controls, they came already programmed with the radio, which is a big plus. If you guys check this out, this is the volume. So I'm going to press it, and right there you can see that the volume is increasing. Also, we have the one called mode. If you quick press it, it changes into the radio. You get the Bluetooth, you get just a whole bunch of things on here, and it is more like a multitasker, I would say. It changes between apps. But if you press and hold it for a few seconds, it actually mutes the radio. I've never seen that. Typically, you can only do either or. But with this button, you can either mute it, just like it says right there, hold to mute, or you can change the modes. And with this one, you can go back, as you guys can tell, and it takes you back to the previous application, which is really, really cool. I might change one of these to be the home. And I think this is the home already. Okay, then you have your selector. So all of these buttons are working. Even the voice assistant button is also working. So if you're not connected to CarPlay, then it takes you into the Google search, as you can tell. And of course, you need internet for that. So these are the default application. This user interface is very similar to what we have seen from Idoing for quite a while now. Let's go ahead and decrease the volume a little bit. We have things here like the radio, and the radio is working just like what the factory radio did. And on the app drawer is where you're going to find all the default app, like the Bluetooth. You have the auxiliary. This is in case you guys have like certain things connected into here. You can always change the settings with these applications. And with the CarPlay, we are in fact connected via USB. I was testing the factory hub, and yes guys, it does support wired CarPlay, even though it says on their site that it only supports wireless CarPlay. No, you can actually use wired CarPlay, and to prove it here, I'm going to go ahead and open CarLink, and it says connecting, it says verification approved, and there we go guys. It is way faster. You can see CarPlay on here. Let's go ahead and unlock my phone, and yes, CarPlay works excellent. It is a lot better in my opinion when you connect it via wire, but you can also use it wirelessly by connecting to the Bluetooth, which is another great advantage of these radios. They have wireless and wired CarPlay, the same thing with Android Auto. So again, very good, and the resolution on the screen looks pretty good. If you guys ask me, it looks like a premium tablet. Then of course guys, we got things here like the settings. We can set up the Wi-Fi directly from here on device. If you get annoyed by that little tapping sound where every time you touch the screen it sounds, you go on here and you have to turn off where it says keypad tone. Just turn it off, and you guys are going to thank me later. Now, if for any reason you guys need to go into the factory settings, the passcode is 3368. This is to change certain things here on the CAN bus, and these are the settings for this particular radio, and everything is working as it should guys, so no issues there. We have things like general, and on here we can just further change settings. I had one for the reverse, which I think it was on device. Let's go ahead and check it out. I know it was on one of these right here, where on the reverse it said that if I wanted to mute the radio, I think it is this one right here. It was first of all here where it says mute audio when reversing. It was on. I turned it off, and instead I just reduced the audio. These are little things that you can change on this particular radio as well. And then on system here we go into about device, and I think from here we're gonna get the Android version. There we can see it guys, it is Android 12. There are some details about this system that I really like, and it took the time to really do them well. One is that every time you turn on and off the AC, or even increase here the speed of the fan, it gives you the information on the radio. I think that's kind of cool. The second one is that every time you open a door, it tells you exactly what door is open. So not just does it give you the little icon, but if I open here the passenger door, you can see how it gave me exactly the door that I have open, and that includes the trunk and the two doors on the rear as well. And now when it comes to the streaming part, as I told you guys before, I went ahead and logged in to my Play Store, and I was able to download Netflix directly. Before, or in the past, we had to go on Google and download a modified version of this application in order for it to work. Now they have fixed it, so all we have to do is just download it from the Play Store. You click on the app, and as you guys can tell, everything is working well. I already logged in and everything is good to go on here. Let's go ahead and just play something random. Let's I don't know, let's select Squid Game. As you can tell, it is working without any issues guys. So that's the beauty of these radios having Android, is that you can download YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, whatever app you can think of, you can watch it directly on here. And I wouldn't recommend it to do it while driving, but at least it's an option that you guys have. With this being said, I think we have covered pretty much everything on this radio. If there's anything in a specific that you guys would like to see, just let me know down below. I know it wasn't a short video, but I just tried to be as detailed as possible. Idoing is a really good company, and I'll keep recommending them as long as I keep seeing their qualities. I mean, these things have never broken on any car that I have installed in the past, so that's really, really cool. And yes guys, all in all, they are functional. With this being said, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more Click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos like this, and I'll see you guys on my next one.